fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And able to get this out to the 25.
Here we go, here we go. 11 coming.
Quickly to the air is Burrow. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Here we go, here we go.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 47. Here's Burrow. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
11.
Another try after the 1st down sack.
Burrow. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Burrow will throw. And that's caught inside the 30.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
A 1st carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. They get just a yard back there, and now they'll be looking at a tough 3rd and 15. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down.
McPherson's kick is good.
And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0.
That was a long, sustained opening drive, but in the end, only able to get 3, the field goal out of it.
And absolutely, you'll take the points and the early leads. You never get those back. But there will be a little bit of disappointment that they didn't punch it in for 6 after that kind of yardage and that kind of drive that they had.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line. A shotgun snap for Watson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Watson off play action.
Pass to Lazard, bringing it in on the crossing route.
And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It'll be just an 18-yard punt.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And a gain of 4 gets them right to the midfield stripe.
6 yards left on 2nd down. Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at the Browns' 44.
Well, this defense for the Browns, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Over the middle, it's complete.
And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
The Bengals at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they fell in the opener. Got back on the beam with a win in week 2, but stumbled again last week to fall under 500.
And despite that stumble, I don't think anyone's too concerned because they've made mistakes that they believe are correctable. And this is a team still getting to know each other.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted.
Picked up by Denzel Ward.
And the Browns are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
After the interception, here's Watson. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10. A first carry now for Nick Chubb.
Daxton Hill there to make the stop on defense.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
Here's Watson.
And he's going to have the hook up to Schwartz. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. To throw is Watson.
And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 38. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10.
Right at the 30.
He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
11 MT paint. 11 MT paint.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he is going to have the Bengals 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Now it's Burrow. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection.
Here we go.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Here we go.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
11 MT. 11 MT.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
Burrow to his old LSU teammate Chase for a Bengal 1st.
Good start.
Mixon will try the right side.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at the Browns' 25.
It's a gain of 8, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Now Burrow. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Fourth down. Here's Joe Burrow. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. From the red zone now, here's Burrow first down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here we go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Burrow going for it on 4th. That's to his running back, complete. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Oh, this is blocked. The Browns have it. There he goes, right side. The 30. 10. And all the way into the end zone, and that's 2 points. Well, I think there was a lot of surprise from the kicking team there. After the block, they kind of froze and then realized, oh, wait, they can return this, and they returned it all the way.
And you know why they froze? Not often do you get that second sound, right? There's the kick, you hear that, and then there's that second thud when there's a block. That's when people freeze and they have to realize where the ball is. They picked it up and took it the other way.
And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Browns drive about to get started.
Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Trey Flowers picks it, and the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
Now Burrow on first down. And a quick throw here that's complete.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Mixing up the middle. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Here we go, here we go.
2nd and 7.
Burrow looking to pass. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Myles Garrett. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
Back to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
Here's McPherson now to send it away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Watson. Oh, fires this one downfield for Chubb. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Johnson. And this is going to be incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this kick will be touched down as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Here we go.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Here we go.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. And he's got his big tight end here.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Here we go. Here we
The
go.
last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 12-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
It's Mixon on the counter. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10.
11 MT paint. 11 MT paint.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
I'm right.
They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there.
And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Well, the decision there, 4th and goal. They go for it, but this ball intercepted in the end zone.
Hey, how about some applause for the stand by this defense? Just to force them into a 4th and goal situation was one thing, but then to get the interception, keep them off the scoreboard, that's a job very well done.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Back to throw, Watson. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? He'll look to throw. Looking for Campbell downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Hard to believe that arm strength was a knock on Deshaun Watson coming out of Clemson, but he showed what he's got there.
And you'd think on 3rd down they'd just be looking for something right beyond the sticks. And I think they caught the defense flat-footed as a result because they decided they were going to take a shot right there, and it ended up being a big play.
Yeah, and you see the final number there on how far that ball traveled. Pretty impressive.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Burrow. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. They snapped that at 1. Now it's Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. Taken from just outside the 30. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They run it again with Chubb. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. And Chubb will try the middle here. And some room to work. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Here we go.
And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. First down. Here's Burrow. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a 1-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow, he's going to take another shot here. And that's caught inside the 35.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
11.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Martin Emerson. And the Browns are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of 2 halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling. Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. From the gun on 3rd, Watson. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It
It's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Bengals are right back in this football game.
A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
Here we go.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Here's Burrow. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
11. 11 MT paint. 11 MT paint.
On third down, Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he's going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here we go.
And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns have just about sewn up this football game. The Browns drive about to get started.
And 3 interceptions in this game, and I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4's kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
2nd and 4. The handoff to Ford up the middle. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shift. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Browns are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
11 MT, 11 MT.
Here's Burrow. going to come up short. Low throw.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
11 mighty. 11 mighty. 11, 11. 11 Thomas. 11 Thomas. 12, 12, 12.
Burrow.
Looking deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for Cleveland, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll return home next week to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs.